All right, we back. It's Tyreek Rico DaBear. I'm big like a linebacker, 6'5", linebacker. No funny stuff. Uh, DaBear Facts Podcast on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Smash that thumbs up, like button. Hit the notification bell. You'll get updates on every time we upload. I upload new content. Still preliminary content. Still working on grand opening. Still got products. Check out that Instagram, DaBear Canvas Tattoo Studio, multimedia art tattoo studio. We're trying to bring it to fruition. We got everything we need. We're still looking for artists to sign on. We're in the Philadelphia area, so that's Philadelphia and all the coloring counties. Hit me up if you're looking to get in the studio. We'll do like a interview, tattoo, interview, whatever. But right now we're on the Tales from the Afterlife segment. So it's a couple things. Now, in some of the past Johns, I went over some street tales that from the past. So we're fully integrated in the community. We're bringing good things. We got some proposals out there. We're in negotiations with people's emails. A lot of people haven't gotten back to me, but over the last couple of years, I've had a number of proposals. I'm trying to get into Drexel University, do this art thing on another level, really come hard with it. But Philly area, like I said, coloring counties, that's new terminology to me. It's all blue. You get what I'm saying? You got the blue, you got the red. It is what it is. But anyway, when I was talking about a couple of them situations, like me and my homie getting out the car, and then me and my other homie walking over to Philly 58th Street, around the corner, across the creek, whatever you want to say. I had mentioned, like, I didn't know how my homie felt when I was in the car with him. Now, when I talked about the porch incident out in out the way, now I'm thinking, like, I don't know. Like I said, I mentioned on one of the last segments, like, I don't even know how my chick felt. Like, when I was telling, like, when the whole thing went down, because, like I said, the boy hit me on the horn, and, like, he told me what he told me. I felt the way I felt, and, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, we're going to dead that, or, you know what I mean? Not in a murder way, but we're going to, you know what I mean, put this to a closure. It still hasn't been closed. I'm still trying to legally, legit, like, now when there's beef, I hit the walkie-talkie, let security handle it. Like, that's what it is. So, like, I'm thinking just right now, again, like, and I'm like, I don't even know how my chick felt about that. Like, because, you know, like, for me, it's like, I know how I felt when it was my homie. And it was like, you know what I mean? It was like, I'm a little confused. And then I seen the look on my homie face when I was in the back seat with the boy that he was serving, who was like other people crew out the way. It was a little confusion, but, like, you know, we two street dudes, and we were like all pretty much street dudes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, my chick at the time was this, like I said, it was 2003. We all from an urban environment, but she wasn't really in the streets like that. So she knew about the streets. Like I said, at that time, I would consider her, I don't know, I remember. I'm not going into that. That's her business. Like, if you're not familiar with that familiar story, then I can't help you. But I don't know. I'm a thinker. So, you know, I'm like at this point, like, she's, I'm gonna leave that alone. But, like, she's had her own lived experience since we broke up, and even, like, you know what I mean? And like I said, when I was in Florida, it was like all sunshine and rainbows and us just having a ball. Like, and it was a beach, like, it was like a beach, like a big beach 40 minutes from us, a beach like 10 minutes from us. Like, it was the tropics. It was beautiful. But anyway, I came back, stuff happened. I have my daughter. I love my daughter, so. But as far as this black cloud, like, I mean, if I would have stayed down there, it would have been like, life would have just probably been like, I don't know what my life would have been, because I don't know what type of time I was on. There was a trip to Miami to grab some work. That didn't pan out. We ended up spending the rest of the weekend in Clearwater. But like I said, like, I don't know where my life would have been if we wouldn't came back, because I know I wouldn't have gotten in that situation. But it is what it is. I'm checking out Mitch. He's fat and happy. So, but anyway, beyond that, there was an incident. Like I was talking about the ball. This is years before that. This is probably, I'm gonna say seventh grade. I'm gonna say like seventh grade. Seventh grade. I was in public school. I was in the junior high out here in my neighborhood. And like I said, up the block at the store, there was a wall where like people chilled. Like, you know what I mean? Down the block, some girls would play double dutch outside the chick crib and outside the other chick crib and stuff was like that. So I guess it was me, my homie, a couple other homies from the public school. My homie that was cool with was still in Catholic school and stuff like that. He graduated from the joint across the street and then went up there. And then, like, yeah, I mean, he moved out of state after we both got kicked out for the incident. I'll probably tell it another time. Like, during the incident, it was me, him, and the boy from the car chase story. Not the driver, but the boy that stumbled off. Now, he wasn't there for the incident, and he didn't get kicked out. He got kicked out of his crib for something else and moved out of state. But, and I say that because there's, I don't know, he was there, but he was leaving the next morning, so he didn't get kicked out of school with us. Like, but he was there in the aftermath. Like, but anyway, so we were up on the wall where we were hanging out chilling, and I don't know, it was like, I'm gonna say 6 of us, 5 of us. It was me, probably the white boy, but the white boy that was my homie, but we weren't like, you know what I mean, cool like that. Like at that time when I was showing him, that was like my best friend at that time, whatever you want to say. But like, you know what I mean, like that's neither here nor there. But he was there, and me and my homie was there, and there was a couple other people. Like they ran ball at the Aiden Rucker I joke about, but like, and I say that like I say because like everybody my age and in that I graduated with, some people younger, like anybody who was like a pretty boy was running up at that ball court. Anybody who was a football player was running up at that court. Anybody who was a basketball player was running up at the court. Like anybody from all around the neighborhood. Don't ask me why, but it was the shit while it lasted. I had my blunt and I played the sideline, got in a couple fights, but we ain't gonna go there right now. There was an incident. I was walking past the garage and I ran the ball head in the garage. And, you know what I mean? But at a younger age, like I hit somebody in the face with a trash can, one of them metal trash can lids. But anyway, so we were all on the wall, and don't ask me what happened. Oh, all right. So we were all on the wall, and this is outside the deli. There was a family renting the deli. The daughter used to chill with us. Like she chilled with the chicks. The chicks was around. We was around the chicks, and you know what I mean. So I don't know what happened, but the ball came out and was like, y'all gotta roll. Y'all gotta get off the wall. You know what I mean. And he was renting. He wasn't like, he didn't own it and stuff, but he was like, y'all gotta get off the wall. Y'all gotta roll. Y'all gotta roll. Y'all gotta get up out of here. So, and like I said, we were in 7th grade. He was probably in his 30s at the time. I don't know. But I don't know, us being smart behind little kids, we probably had some words with the ball. He was talking heavy, I guess. And then I don't know how. Like, I don't know if he jumped down off the wall. I guess he jumped down off the wall, like, you know what I mean? And he came and approached us, and him and one of the boys we was with got in a fight, a fist fight. And like I said, this boy was like in his 30s, like 34. We in 7th grade. And like that jumped off, and the boy had hands, the young boy, he was from Southwest, but he lived out here at the time. And he had hands, so like, yeah, you know what I mean, it was, I wouldn't say a fair fight because he was 35, 34, something shit like that. Like, I don't know. But they squared off, and it was what it was. I don't remember, like, I don't think he just whipped his ass. The 34-year-old just whipped his ass. I don't even know if he got the best of him, but they got the locking ass, and they did what they did. So then after that was broke up or whatever, everybody was like, yo, go get it. He had a twin brother. He was like, go get his brother, go get his brother. Like, you know what I mean? So we went and got his brother, but they had words and stuff, but nothing really happened. I don't think, no, I think, we got his brother, they had words, nothing happened. Then I think his pop came down. And when his pop came down, this older boy that I used to show with, and he was like the person, he was like in the neighborhood, like when you was a young boy, if you started smoking and drinking, you chilled at his crib. You, if it was wintertime, you were escaping the hawk. Summertime, it was somewhere to chill too. Like, you know what I mean? The first hooky house, I guess. You know what I mean? So he was there. This was his family, like up in the apartment part, and he was there. And when the pop came down, like it was me, the white boy. I think the boy, the boy I went over there with, that got robbed. He was there, and like a bunch of other people were there, and the chicks I think were all there. And the pop started fighting with the boy, and then the boy that, like I said, he lived down, like straight down the street at the top of my block, and he got into it, and he was basically like dipping and ducking and jabbing at both of them, but that lasted a short time. So after that, like, you know, being the knuckleheads we was, me and my homie, we was like, we gonna avenge him, we gonna avenge him. So yeah, so on some dickhead shit, like we put together a Molotov, we went up the block and balled through the shit and busted all over the window, like, you know what I mean? We ran off, but I vaguely remember the front door was open. I remember people saying that they came running out and it was shit. Like, I know there was like charred burn marks on the jaw, but you know, that was that. But I guess later on, like, I guess nobody knew, but you knew that. But I guess later on, it was a different story, but it was involving the same boy that got robbed when we were going over to 58th Street. I don't know. This is a weird story to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was me and the boy, and we was chilling here, and we had smoked some reefer. We was chilling. I fell asleep, and we was chilling. And then, like, I got up, and he was still asleep. And I went up to the deli, and I got whatever I got. When I went up there, there was a hoagie, a sub in the rest of the country, I don't know, sitting on the counter. And, like, you know, I grew up on this block, so, and the deli was on across the driveway at the top of the block, so, like, they definitely knew me. But, like, yeah, I mean, I knew the people that worked there. The white boy's mom worked there. There was another chick from around the corner. I didn't have a crush on her, but I thought she was cute. Like, you know what I mean? And then the owner, and then there might have been like one or two other people throughout the time that it was open that worked there before some other people took over. That I didn't really get to know like that. I was in Florida when they took over, but anyway. So I was in the deli. There was the hoagie. I bought what I bought. I left. Now I left. I went back home, and like I guess I got home, and my homie was like, "Yo, like where you get that?" I got that from the deli. Oh, I want to join. I went up there. So when I was walking out, let me rewind. When I was walking out, I seen two other boys from around the way that we used to chill with. I wouldn't say they were like they used to chill with us, like, you know what I mean, and they used to chill together, and they had their own little squad back then. And like I said, this was all right. So if the first incident was 7th grade, this was probably, I couldn't even tell you. It was definitely before 9th grade, but it was after 7th grade, so it was around that, in between 7th and 9th grade. So when I was leaving, and this is when the night with the first knife. I think it was the first knife, but at the end. But when I was leaving, I seen the two boys coming in, and like I said, I left, and the hoagie was still there. So I left. I said, "What's up to them?" I came home. Whatever. He saw the hoagie. He was like, "I'm gonna go get one." He went up there, and he came back. Now, like a little while after he came back to my crib, somebody was banging on my door. Like, we in my basement, we chilling, no funny stuff. And like, you know what I mean, we was nice and we was fucking on. So like, you know what I mean, somebody started banging at my door. I'm like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? So I go answer the door. It's the two boys, and they looking at me like, yo, they hot. And they like, yo, the boys snitched on us. I'm like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about, because I wasn't there. Like, I seen them, I came home, and then they went up the block. And then the boy I left at the crib, my homie went up there and whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, and he was like, yeah, we went in the deli. It was a boy, and then it was the boy from the fight, his little cousin, but I think he was either my age or younger than, or older than me. Because the boy is like 3 years older than me, but I'm not really sure. Because I remember when I was a young boy and I started drinking, I would see him come from he would come down the block from the brew spot with a case of 40s, like a case of 40s. Like, I mean, we would sit there chilling, getting nice, like, and smoke J's and all types of crazy stuff. And that's when my homie started freestyling and stuff. After he saw the boy cousin start freestyling, and he started freestyling too. Like I said, at that time, when we started drinking, I was 13. Like, so I don't know how old I was at this point, but I was younger than 15. So it was the boy. The boy was from up. He wasn't from this neighborhood, but he moved up around the corner, up closer to the Philly side. And the other boy was staying with his cousin over down the block from, you know what I mean? But it was them two. So they come to my door, and we was all cool, like, I ain't, you know what I mean? But, and they knew I didn't say nothing because I left, and the hoagie was still there, and they went in after I did. And I guess when the boy came back, he told me, like, he saw them, and that was it. But they came to my crib, banged on the doors, like, yo, your home, like, we was all cool. So he was like, boy, snitched on us. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And, like, I told the boy to come to the door, and it was, like, on some rowdy shit. And I'm like, all right, like, yeah, I mean, I closed the door, whatever. And then there was a potted plant on the porch, and they threw that at the door, and it busted. And, like, yeah, man. So after that, I don't know, some time went by the same day, and then we went outside and went to go chill. And we saw them again. We saw the two boys again, and they was like, yo, you snitched on us. And they went back and forth, and they was like, all right, well, we're going to go clear this up right now. We're going to go clear this up right now. And they wasn't talking to me because, like I said, the hoagie was already there, and it was there when I left. And even when we went into the deli, the lady wasn't even talking to me because the hoagie was there when I left. She was basically on some, it was between the three of y'all that somebody took the hoagie. And I guess, like, when the boy went up there, the hoagie wasn't there because I saw them on their way there, and he saw them on their way out. And he was like, yo, they took it. I just seen them. I guess, I don't know because I wasn't there. But they felt like he snitched on them. So we in the deli, and they all arguing and stuff and whatever. But then the boy from over here, his cousin, he just knocks him off his feet, like not even a jab. He just hooks him, like, knocks him off his feet and walks out the deli. And then the boy he was with walks out the deli. And I was, again, like, whoa, what the fuck? Because, like I'm saying, like, it wasn't on no bitch shit for me. It was just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to be here. I was coming to chill. But that's what happened. But then, like, later in the day, like, I guess we was all together again, and there was another boy from around the way, and he was like, yeah, I mean, he was pretty much egging it on, you get what I'm saying? But the boy kept saying, like, no, like, yeah, I mean, I ain't snitch on you. And I don't know if he snitched on him, or I don't know if he was just on some, and I'm just thinking this now, like, I don't know if he was on something. Yeah, I just saw them leave and they had a hoagie, like, what you mean? I don't know, because I wasn't there again. But yeah, you know what I mean, so we in my driveway. It's like me, my homie, the two boys, and like the boy that everybody chilled with. Even like 10, 15 years later, like when I was older, like I would see young boys like that was like, you know what I mean, 13 chilling with the boy. But we all in the driveway, and they still arguing and shit. And the one boy, he egging it on, and he like, yeah, you know what I mean, he like, yo, you calling my man a liar? And I don't even think they met each other at that point. And he like, yeah, you know what I mean, whatever, it ain't that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean, like, so they go back and forth, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? And the boy, we just standing around, you know what I mean? And that's like, yo, I'm gonna go, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go get some reefer, and we gonna just, you know what I mean, dead the shit and whatever. So that's what I did. And everything was cool. But then I don't remember if that was the same day or not, but that time, but we went to the boy crib around the corner, and we was all cool, like, we was all chill. It seemed like, like I said, it was on some, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, like, me, like, I can't say me and the boy didn't get along, but like I said, he was older than me. I wouldn't call him picking on me or bullying me, but like, the first time I chilled with him, he like was trying to muscle me or whatever, but like, you know what I mean, and now it's really nothing. Like, I've seen him a couple times, but at that time we was at the boy crib, and this was one of my homies, not the two boys, but and the other boy who was egging the stuff on, I think was there, and I think it was the same day, but I ain't sure. It might have been a couple days later, and like, you know what I mean, they asked me to get some reefer, and I was like, you know what I mean, I ain't got no reefer, like, no, you know what I mean. But like, it seemed like everything was cool, you know what I mean, and we was in the boy kitchen, and then he came there with the one boy came there with my homie, and they knew each other from the Catholic school, and he would talk to me about the boys that he was meeting in the Catholic school. So I was probably in 8th grade, and he was in 9th grade, because he was like meeting them and like talking about them all the time. And one of the boys he was saying was selling drugs, and he was hooking him up and selling drugs. I know they had got like, he had came with like a trash bag of cartons of Newports, and at the time I ain't smoked, but like he was like, it fell off the back of the truck. I'm like, that's what's up. But anyway, so I'm with them. We in the boy crib, we in the boy kitchen, we chilling. It seems like normal, and the boy bring the boy through. So the boy and the boy that, if you want to start smoking, you chill with him, go in the living room. And then they come back and they like, yo, Rick, what's up? I'm like, what? Like, and then this boy pull out this like 12-inch knife, and it's like, I'm like, the fuck? And he like stripped. I'm like, whoa. But you know what I mean? And like the fucked up thing is my homie, he's sitting there laughing. And then the boy, like I ain't never really fucked with the boy anyway. I was only fucking with him because one, it was somewhere to chill and smoke. And then the other, like, him and my homie became like best friends and shit like that. But I ain't never really fucked with the boy because the first time I was over there and was trying to like muscle me, like his cousin was thorough. His cousin was the shit. Like I don't even speak on him because like, you know what I mean, I got like, you know what I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But like, you know what I mean, there's a couple of stories involving him, but he was thorough. Like, but I ain't really fuck with the ball like that. But you know what I mean, I ain't really, you know what I mean. But anyway, so he went in the other room, he came out, and then he pulled like the foot-long knife on me, and I'm like, and I'm sitting in the chair. They all between basically me and the door. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, and I don't remember. I wear glasses, and at the time, I don't think I had my glasses on, so I really couldn't see shit. But it was like, yeah, I mean, and I wasn't scared, and my heart wasn't beating or nothing like that. But it was like, yo, like I'm sitting there, and I don't remember looking at my homie, but I'm like, yo, like when they were like, I ain't never chilled with the boy, but I heard about the boy, and I heard how grimy he was. And he was from, I think, Philly somewhere, like, but he was going to the Catholic school, and the boy was telling me how grimy he was. But like, I'm like, all right, that's my man. So like, you know what I mean, I didn't think he gonna make a move, even though I should have known better. But like I said, at this point, I'm in like 8th grade or some shit like that. I don't know. I was probably like 14, 15, whatever. I was like 13, 14. So the boy like pulled a knife on me, like stripped. Like I'm like, you know what I mean, I took my shoes off and took my shirt off. I ain't had nothing, so I ain't, you know what I mean, he ain't robbed me or nothing. But then I was left, and then like my homie came out with my shoes and shit like that. And like I have never really fucked with the one boy. I felt some type of way about my homie because in that situation, like I don't know. So I don't know, like even in the other situations, those homies that was getting stuff done, they never said it. Like, and we always chilled together. And even with the boy, we still chilled together. It was just like, I don't know, this was your homie. And the one boy, he seemed like he was dick eating. And then the other boy, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was just, you know what I mean? But, and even in that situation from the deli, it was like, you know what I mean? They ain't started extorting me or nothing like that, but they, every time, like, they would come and be like, yo, hook us up with some weed. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And even in that situation, it was like, all right, it got to a point where it's like, all right, I'm about to like try to like fuck this nigga up. But I was talking to another homie, or a homie from the neighborhood. He was like, no, nigga got hands, like, yeah, fuck you. But like we stood at the corner on the Front Street, this side of Front Street, not the deli side, and talking. And he basically talked me out of it. And I called my cousin, and my cousin whipped their asses off.